Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amito Mitra and I am the host on this channel. I hope you guys are doing great and I hope God is protecting all of you. For those of you watching me for the very first time, you're most welcome. Thank you so much for clicking here and be a part of this family by subscribing to my channel if you don't mind, and also click on the bell button still if you don't mind, so that you don't have to miss every other time I post. You'll always be getting the notifications. And for those of you who have been a part of this family from day one, thank you so much for always coming here to watch me, and thank you so much for the support. I read the comments, I read the advice, and I'm forever grateful. May God bless you and bless you abundantly. So in today's video, we're doing something totally different. This is something I haven't talked about anywhere on this channel, and I'm really happy to talk about it today. I got the inspiration from a friend of mine who is working in the UAE, particularly Dubai, and she's called Maria. I know she'll be watching this video. Maria, thank you so much. You are the reason we are doing this video today. So before I even proceed with the video, let me tell you a brief background about Maria. She gave me the consent to talk about it. I met Maria, I think 7 years ago. Yeah, seven or 6 years ago, and we became friends. She was a friend to my friend, and I was also a friend to her friend. So that's how we became friends with Maria. She gave me a little background of herself. She told me by then, she told me she hadn't completed education. She stopped in her senior two. For those of you familiar with Ugandan's education system, you know what it means when someone tells you I ended my education in senior two. That means that they only have one certificate in life. That is the PLE certificate, which is really hard for somebody to get a job using the PLE certificate. At least someone needs a senior 4 or senior 6 certificate for them to easily get a job in Uganda today. So Maria's education ended there, and during that period she was really struggling with life. She lost her mom, who was like the sole breadwinner of the family, and her father also got another wife, and of course things became hard, especially when you're living with a stepmom who is not even interested in your well-being. Like, she's not even bothered whether you go to school or not. Life becomes hard. So Maria started struggling on her own, and God willingly, some years later, she maneuvered to go to UAE and work. A company reached out to her and helped her go to UAE and work. She's now working in a mall somewhere in Dubai, and she's earning 1 million every month. Meanwhile, she told me to tell you guys all this, so don't ask me why I'm telling you all this. So she's earning 1 million every month, and she has been there for 3 years now. This 2021 marks her 4th year. Okay, by the end of this 2021, she'll be marking 4 years in Dubai. So why am I telling you that brief background? I want you guys to focus on what we are going to talk about today. So Maria reached out to me just a few days, I think 3 days, okay, 3 nights ago. That's 2 days ago. She reached out to me and told me, we always talk of course, but then this time around she told me about her plan to come back to Uganda forever. Like, she's tired of working that side. She wants to come back and settle in Uganda. Something I've not told you is during that period Maria got a child, a son, that she left while he was only 1 year old. So right now the son is staying with a few relatives, and Maria is always supporting her son from that side. But now she says she is tired of being away from her son's life, and she's tired of working out of home, away from home. She wants to come back in Uganda and settle and maybe start up something. So she was asking me for advice and asking me if there was something I would advise her to do when she comes back to Uganda, something that will always give her income every now and then to raise her child and her future family, and also find a way of living happily in Uganda. So I sat down and wrote a few things, a few ideas, and sent to her. She was really happy, and she said among those ideas she was going to get one idea that she would do when she comes back here in Uganda. Something she also told me was she has not used her money for anything. She has only been looking after her son and saving the rest of her money. She doesn't have any land in Uganda, no house, no nothing. She has been saving all her money, so she has enough capital to come back and set up something for her own self in Uganda. And that is the reason we are doing this video today. After writing those ideas for Maria, I wrote about 5 for her, and then I had to add others here after. You know, sometimes you remember things later after you've already talked to somebody. And then after talking to her about these ideas, she was so happy and said she would look through and pick one idea that she would incorporate when she comes back home. So I also decided that I should do this video. Maybe one or two people out there would also are also confused and in dilemma of what exactly they can do when they come back home after their contract has ended. So maybe we can share these ideas. If you have any that I'm not going to talk about in this video, you can also share them down below in the comment section. And if you have any questions about what I've asked, or you are opposing anything I've said, you can also write about it in the comment section, so that we all advise each other here and there. So the first thing I told her was food. I told her to do something food related, maybe a restaurant or a chip stall, whatever it is that is selling food would work for her. Because one thing I noticed is we cannot live without food. We eat every day. No matter who you are, you have to eat every day. When the pandemic happened, I noticed that food is extremely important, because all we did was eat and sleep then. So food is something that people will always buy, whether morning, day, or night. People will always be buying food and eat. So it doesn't matter what kind of food you are selling, whether it's raw food or cooked food, people will always buy it. So that was the first thing I advised her to do. Then the second one, I talked about baking, particularly cakes. I told her we have parties almost every day, or at least every day there is someone celebrating a birthday. Yeah, at least every day, every week there is a couple getting married. At least every week there is a couple celebrating an anniversary. At least every Sunday there is something happening, you know. In a week you'll find so many celebrations going on, and there is no celebration in Uganda that happens without cake cutting. So if you're the kind of person who is a baker and dealing in cakes, believe me, you'll be making a lot of money. I have a friend of mine selling cakes. I think I'll talk to her and see if we can have a video with her. Maybe she can tell us her whole story, the journey from when she started baking till now. But there is a time I was talking to her one-on-one. She told me on a weekly she can make around 4 million. Imagine selling cakes. She sells cakes from 100,000 onwards. So imagine she's selling one cake every day worth 150,000. How much is she making a week, and how much is she making a month? So baking is really good. The only thing you have to do is put into education. I mean, like, you have to go to a baking school and learn these things. You have to be, because it doesn't make any sense you selling something that is not good. That is when you'll not get customers. But if you know whatever you are baking or selling to us out there is good, then believe me, you're going to get the customers and you're going to make the money. So baking is the second thing I advise her to do. Then number 3, okay, back to baking. Of course, you have to put in, I think, around 1 million or 1.5 to learn. You have to look for the best teacher. Always look for the best teacher, someone who is going to give you all the notes, so that once you start the whole business, you're very, very good to go. Then number 3 is I talked about a boda. I told her you could always come back home and maybe buy 2 bodas. A boda is around between 4 to 5 million. You can always buy around 2 and they bring you money. That is if you're going to work with very good people and very trustworthy people. You have to get someone who is very, very trustworthy to entrust with your boda. Because in Kampala here, bodas are really doing a great job and they're really working. Someone can even make a profit of 50,000 a day, you know. So you need to really look for very trustworthy people, and you need to with bodas you can actually use anyone, whether you know them or not, as long as you take their details, their national ID details, their driving permit details. Are they called riding permits? Then you also get a little background about them, know their family, know where they stay, where they come from, and all that. Get to know them. Don't just give your boda to a stranger, because this is the person who is going to be with your money. A Boda Boda is your money, that is your capital, so you can't give your capital to a stranger. So you need to do a very good background checkup on this person before you give them your Boda Boda. But trust me, Boda Bodas do make a great deal. They make money. So Boda Bodas really have money. Ugandans use Boda Bodas 24/7. You see, we are in the lockdown, but people still, I mean, we have curfew time, but sometimes I also use Bodas at around 10 or something. They're always available, always on the road. You understand? That is the beauty about Boda Bodas. So they'll always make you the money that you need, and believe me, your capital will come back with a Boda Boda. So you can also comment down below and tell us if that is a very good idea or not. Then the other fourth idea is juice or coffee. Now, I also have a friend called Ganjovu who is doing juice and coffee, and this works so much for functions. We have functions almost every week. At least there is a function almost every week. So if you decide to buy those machines, those juice machines, and start making juice, that would really be good. I also have another friend who just buys the machines and rents them out to people who do juice, and for every machine she rents out, they give her 50,000. So imagine you are renting out about 10 machines every week. How much is that you're making? 50,000 times 10. This is your capital. These machines are not going anywhere. They are yours. They are yours forever. All you're doing is rent them out for functions, and they'll be back after one day. So that is a good idea. You can either buy the machines and rent them out, or you can do the juice itself. You can learn how to make juice for functions and also make coffee for functions. So many uptown functions lately would rather have juice and coffee on their functions than have soda. It is a very big thing lately. So many people prefer juice and coffee than soda. To soda. So when you invest in making juice and making coffee, trust me, you'll make a lot of money. Just imagine you're having like 2 functions every week, and for every function you are being paid maybe 1 million for the juice and coffee. How much are you making a week? You're making 2 million. You're making 2 million, and that makes it 2 times 4 for a month. That's around 8 million something. That is money that not even a government worker can get in a month. That most people's salary is between 500,000 and 1 million a month, and here you are getting 8 million. So you can always think about that as well, juice or coffee for functions. Then the next is plastic chairs and tents. This is a business I've always seen as good. I don't know why so many people are not doing it, but I've seen so many people making very good money from it. So what happens is you buy chairs. You can invest in for starters, you can buy like 250 chairs, plastic chairs. Each goes for around 20,000, and if you're buying so many, they can always reduce to maybe 18,000 or 15,000 depending on how many you're buying. And then you can also buy tents at around maybe between 500 and 1 million a tent. You can buy like 3 tents. Now imagine you've bought 250 chairs. That's approximately 5 million. And then you buy tents worth 2 million. That's like 7 million. That is like your capital. Now these are your items. They're yours. They're not going anywhere. You're going to be in custody of them. All you're going to do is rent them out. Every time there is a function, someone will come rent them out and bring them back at the end of the day. But remember, every time they're hiring, they're giving you some amount of money. Now imagine you bought them and you are renting out each chair at, let me say, 1,000 Ugandan shillings. And then you're renting out every tent at maybe 500,000 Ugandan shillings. How much are you making on a weekly? Imagine every week you have around 3 functions, renting out your staff too. How much are you making in a weekly? At the end of it all, in like 2-3 months, all your capital will be back and you'll be making profits for the rest of the the year or years. So I think that is a very good idea. I don't know what you guys think about it. You can comment down below and tell me if that is a good idea. I for one feel it's a good idea, and very very soon I think I will also do that, especially in the villages. These people have functions almost every day. I mean, there is always a funeral, there is always a vigil, there is always a celebration here and there is always a wedding, there is always a party, an anniversary, there are always church gatherings, you know, and these guys actually rent out these things. They rent out and pay, you know. So this is very good money for you guys out there. You're not going to hustle. It is something you're buying once and for all, and you're going to be making profits out of it. So you guys can comment down below and tell me what you think about that idea. Then the next one is the gifting business. Okay, I'm calling it a gifting business for lack of proper word. So this is it. I think I've seen not more than 5 Ugandans doing this. Like, it is a small company whereby you surprise people or celebrate people. Yeah, someone reaches out to you, probably it's, let me say it's my birthday, and then maybe my brother or my family or my friend reaches out to this company and like, okay, it's Amito's birthday, we would like you to surprise her with a cake, a bottle of wine, some chocolate, a dress, some one pair of shoes and something. So this company, whoever is doing this business, will be like, okay, for whatever you want me to surprise Amito with, the quotation is maybe 1 million or maybe 500,000. So you'll of course bargain and like, okay, maybe I have 700,000, whatever it is. If the initial was 1 million, then you'll be like, okay, maybe I have 700,000. At the end of it all, this person will find a way of, you know, getting whatever fits within the 700,000 and surprise your person for you. This is a very good business. I don't know why people underlook it, but it is something that brings in a lot of money. And the good thing with it is that you don't need a lot of money to do it. Now, what you have to do with this business is know service providers, because with this business you have to know a very good cake person, you have to know someone who does very nice flowers, you have to know someone who supplies nice chocolate, someone who supplies very nice wine and all that. So remember, if you are the kind of person who is buying from these people on a daily, they're going to give you a discount. It will be very very different. If I am going to buy wine at 50,000 from a stranger, uh, imagine I am someone who supports this stranger on a daily, maybe they're going to give me a discount. They will say like, okay, for every wine you buy from me, since you're a daily customer, I'll give it to you at maybe 35,000. So you as the business person is going to count 5,000 for your client, and at the end of it all, you're going to get 15,000 off the wine. No, I'm just giving you an example. I'm not particularly talking about the wine, but I'm giving you a rough estimate about whatever you're going to do, whatever it is. So what I'm trying to say is that from every item that you're going to surprise this person with, you're going to get something out of it, and that is what we call profits. Those are the profits you're going to be getting. And now the good thing about this business is that you can even do it with extra 2 people. You don't need so many people to do it. You don't need so many staff to do it. It's not like the tent business where you need someone to keep the tents, a store to store that, a store to keep those tents and the chairs safely, someone to guard them, someone to carry them to the venue, a car to carry them, and all that. With this one, it is something you can even start with only 500,000, and believe me, you'll get the profits. Maybe I haven't explained it very well, but if there is anyone else who can give us more light about that, you can also comment down below and encourage us. But I feel like this is something that would really make wonders for you. It would make a lot of money for you. Every day there is someone being surprised. There is a proposal happening, there is a birthday party happening, there is a birthday surprise happening, an anniversary celebration, whatever it is. People always surprise their loved ones, so they'll always use your company to surprise these people. So that is it about the gifting business. And the other business is the cleaning company. Yes, with cleaning company, what you just need to do is have other few colleagues, maybe 5 people. You can start with 3, 4 or 5. You don't need so many people to start with, and then you can be like the supervisor. So how does this happen? I think I've seen only around 3 people doing it here in Uganda, and they're really making wonders out of it. So with this cleaning company, you just storm someone's house. You just go to someone's house and clean their house, clean their roof. You know, people are too busy to even clean their houses. You go to someone's home and you find cobwebs all over their house. This is something they don't get time to do because they are busy 24/7. They're having a maybe 8 to 5 job, and then after that they have children to look after, they have families to look after. They don't get the time to clean their houses. So you can always reach out to them and tell them, we have a company that does home cleaning. You can come to your home maybe on a Saturday, clean your roof, clean your ceiling, clean your compound, clean your kitchen, clean your sitting room, like clean everything, literally. Wash your dishes, wash your clothes, like do everything in your house. And then at the end of it all, for all that service, maybe this person will give you like maybe 200,000 or 300,000, depending on how big the house is and how many things you're going to clean. So you'll always come to an agreement. Believe me, you'll be shocked at how many people are looking for cleaners in Uganda here. Someone will always make it a point to reach out to you every month to come and clean their house. Now imagine every month you're making 500,000 from this person. How much are you making? And I imagine every month you're making 500,000 from this person, and you have like maybe 10 clients every month. How much are you making? You can start slowly by slowly. At the end of it all, you might even be getting a client every day or 2 clients every day, and your business will expand like that. This is not something very hard. Why? Because I believe most people out there in the UAE are doing cleaning jobs. They are cleaning for their bosses and all that at a very small fee. Now imagine you're doing this on your own, like at your time, and you are you are the one supervising, you're the brain behind this. So the amount that your boss would have given you out there can be made in just one day. So I think this is a very good idea that if someone is really hardworking, they can incorporate and make some good money out of. So what do you guys think? You can also comment down below and tell me what you think about that idea. The next thing I would encourage you to do is deal in beauty products. Yes, selling beauty products, especially for women. So I've seen so many people making a lot of money from women by selling them these beauty products and hair. So lately, we all know that women love to look nice. They love to be appreciated. They don't want to see spots on their faces, pimples on their faces. Generally, women want to look nice lately. So if you're the kind of person who has oils and Vaselines and soaps that make women look nice, trust me, that is one business you'll not regret ever doing. You'll make very good money out of it. Secondly, the hair. We have so many women that change hair on a weekly. Yes, every week someone is changing hair. They want to look good every week. So here you'll make a lot of money. Believe me, women are everywhere. It doesn't matter where you're putting this business. Trust me, it will always make you very good money. And then there is this era of wigs. People are buying wigs like no man's business. Someone buys around 20 wigs in their houses, and wigs are very, very expensive. You find one wig going for 150,000. Now imagine someone is buying 20 wigs from you. How much is that? And these are wigs that you personally can do. You can learn how to do. And believe me, the most you can spend making these wigs is like 60,000, because it's all about buying the wig, the piece, and then making the wig the way it's supposed to look. And at the end of it all, you're going to sell it to us at like 150,000, and we are going to buy it because we want to look nice. So if you deal in beauty products and hair, trust me, that is very good money for you. You will not regret it. The last thing that I would advise you to do is open up a parking lot. Now, this might seem very expensive, but in actual sense, it is not. I know somebody doing this, and that's why I am telling you guys about it. So I have this friend who bought land at 15 million like 2 years ago, and he didn't have anything to do with his land. He decided to turn it into a parking lot. So this land is not very far from, it's a residential, and it's not very far from Kampala. So there are these people who are renting in Kampala, and probably where they stay is there is no enough space for them to park their cars, or maybe their areas are not very safe for them to park their cars there. So what they do, they always come to this parking lot, leave their cars there transnight, and pick their cars every morning. And what happens is this guy charges them 5,000 per night for a car, and 3,000 or 2,000 for a Boda every night. Now imagine how much this guy is making. The land is very big, and he says he gets between 30 to 40 cars every night. How much could you be getting? Now, with this business, you just need to invest in security. Get at least 2 or 3 people. 2 are enough. 2 security men to keep these cars, and then just have a fence around this land of yours. And yeah, make sure you have a fence so that it is hard for thieves to break in. And then have these 2 security people to keep these people's cars. How much do you pay security? In Uganda here, these security companies pay their people around 200 or 250,000. If you decide that you're going to give these people 400,000 every month, that's around 8,000. That could be like your profits in 2 days, if I'm not mistaken. 2 or 3 days. It doesn't cost you anything. So this is a very good thing. The only thing, okay, the biggest capital is the land that you're going to buy. So you have to budget for around 20 million to buy this kind of land, and then look at security. At most you'll spend around 23,000 for starters, fencing, and then getting security, and then the land itself. So at the end of it all, you'll be getting people parking at your parking lot every now and then, and you'll be getting money from them. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also like this video. See you in the next video. I love you all. Bye bye.